Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting.
I know, right? And today we're diving into the world of AI.
Okay.
Specifically, a presentation by Dr. Hu,
Right.
co-founder of iFlyTech.
Yeah, iFlyTech, major player in the Chinese AI scene.
Exactly.
Lots to unpack there.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
From China's unique challenges to some pretty mind-bending concepts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dr. Hu really doesn't pull any punches.
No, he does not.
It's a fascinating look at where AI stands today.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to challenge some of the hype.
No.
Especially around AGI.
Yeah, artificial general intelligence.
Yeah, it's like the holy grail for some people.
Right.
But Dr. Hu,
He's
got a different perspective.
yeah, he's not buying it.
Not entirely, no.
He seems to believe that just scaling up these AI models,
Right. Bigger isn't always better.
yeah, it's not the path to achieving
AGI.
true AGI. And he's got some compelling reasons why.
He lays it out pretty clearly.
Yeah, one that really stood out to me is this idea of
AI hallucinations?
AI hallucinations. It's
It's a great term, isn't it?
it's a great term, yeah.
Captures the idea really well.
Yeah.
So essentially,
It's like they're making stuff up.
they are.
Yeah.
These large language models, they can sometimes just generate information that's flat out wrong.
It's wild.
Yeah, and it's not like they're
And they're confident.
confident. Yes.
Not
a shred of doubt.
Yeah, they're not second guessing themselves.
Nope.
Which is a real problem
Yeah.
if we're relying on them for,
Accurate information.
accurate information. Yeah.
For anything important.
For anything important, exactly.
You can't have your AI
Making stuff up.
hallucinating. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he points out
And he says it's not just
it's not just a quick fix.
a few tweaks.
Right. It's not a matter of just tweaking the algorithms.
Right.
This is deeper.
It's fundamental.
It's fundamental, yeah.
They lack that.
They lack the human brains.
Prediction verification mechanism.
Verification mechanism.
They can't critically assess
Their own output.
their own output. Yeah.
For accuracy.
Exactly. It's like
Imagine if
we humans just blurted out
just whatever came to mind.
whatever came to mind. Yeah.
Without any
Internal fact checking.
internal fact checking whatsoever.
Chaos.
Oh, it would be chaos for sure.
Yeah,
It'd be a mess
This really highlights a key difference
between us
between human intelligence and
and AI.
our AI. Yeah.
As it stands,
We're constantly predicting and verifying,
we're always double checking.
making sure our thoughts
Align with reality.
align with reality. Exactly. And AI models, they haven't quite mastered that yet.
No, not quite.
They're getting there, but
They're working on it.
they're working on it.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating is that Dr. Hu uses this to argue against this
Scaling law to AGI.
scaling law to AGI hype
Yeah, all the hype.
that we've been hearing so much about.
Oh, it's everywhere you look.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, the idea that if we just make these models bigger and bigger,
Just keep scaling.
yeah, they'll eventually become as intelligent as humans.
Like it's just a matter of
It's
size.
just a matter of size, yeah.
But Dr. Yu, he's skeptical.
He's not buying it.
He's not buying
And
it.
I think his insights are particularly relevant for anyone who's,
Thinking about investing in
investing in AGI research or even just,
believing all the hype.
getting caught up in the hype.
It's a good reminder
We might need to explore entirely new approaches
to AI.
to AI if we really want to create machines that can think like humans.
Yeah, it's not just about
More data,
more data,
more computing power.
bigger models.
It's something more fundamental.
Yeah. And speaking of new approaches,
Yes.
Dr. Hu does highlight an area that he's particularly excited about.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get really interesting.
This is the cool stuff.
Embodied intelligence. Embodied intelligence, it's about giving AI physical bodies
Like robots.
like robots so they can
How to
learn
interact with the real world
and interact with the real world.
more directly.
Yeah.
It's like taking AI out of the digital realm.
Bringing it into our physical reality.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
It is. It's a really promising avenue of research.
Yeah.
And it could have a massive impact on how we live and work.
Oh, for sure.
Think about robots that can not only,
Navigate complex environments.
but also learn from their experiences.
Yeah.
Adapt to new situations.
Yeah, it's like
A whole new level of AI.
right.
Yeah.
That opens up some incredible possibilities.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine like AI powered robots.
Working alongside humans
Yeah.
in fields like healthcare,
Manufacturing.
disaster relief,
Yeah, like assisting surgeons with complex procedures.
working in hazardous environments,
Right, or even like,
exploring the depths of the ocean.
yeah, or space.
Space, exactly.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And this is where Dr. Hu's perspective from within China's AI landscape gets really interesting.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
He points out that China's industry faces some unique challenges
Right.
that could impact its ability to really embrace this new wave of AI.
Yeah, his slide titled Software and AI Industry Woes really lays this out.
It does. It's a stark picture.
Yeah, the separation of software and hardware in sales, the prevalence of customized projects.
Cultural factors.
Yeah, hindering software valuation.
A whole different ballgame over there.
It really is. It's fascinating.
For example, there's this cultural tendency in China
Yeah.
to undervalue software,
Interesting.
especially when it's decoupled from the hardware.
Like it should just be free.
It's almost like an expectation.
Yeah.
The software is just a free bonus.
Right.
Which makes it incredibly difficult for software and AI companies
To be profitable.
to be profitable.
To attract investment.
To attract investment, yeah.
It's like buying a high-tech electric car
Right.
and being shocked that the software controlling all the self-driving features isn't free.
Exactly. You're paying for the brain power.
Yeah, you're not just paying for the metal and the circuits.
It's the intelligence that drives it.
Yeah, it's the software.
And this has a ripple effect on innovation.
Right, because
If companies can't secure funding,
for software development.
they're less likely to invest in pushing the boundaries of AI.
So it's not just a technological challenge,
It's cultural
it's cultural.
and economic.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder how these factors might shape the future of AI development in China.
Especially in areas like embodied intelligence.
Yeah, which requires both sophisticated software and advanced hardware.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Doctor Who doesn't necessarily provide all the answers.
No.
He definitely raises some critical questions about
Yeah.
the interplay between technology, culture, and economics
Yeah.
in driving AI innovation.
It's fascinating.
It is.
It's a good reminder that we can't just focus on the algorithms and the hardware.
We need to consider the broader context.
Yeah, the bigger picture,
Absolutely.
which AI is being developed and deployed.
It's all connected.
It is.
And this leads us to another really fascinating aspect of Dr. Hu's presentation.
Okay.
His discussion of the 5 key technology areas that are driving major paradigm shifts in our world.
Live.
He calls them energy and power, materials and manufacturing, genes and life, structure and design, and of course,
Information and intelligence.
information and intelligence. Yeah.
Of course.
The big one.
The big one.
And it's this last one, information and intelligence, that really captures his imagination.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it as the soul of the living world.
Wow.
Yeah, drawing a parallel to the evolution of information processing
Right.
from ancient times to the digital age,
So from
from cave paintings to the internet.
yeah, wow.
It's all about information,
Information.
how we process it, how we use it.
That's fascinating.
It is.
Yeah.
And he argues that we're at a pivotal moment
Mm-hmm.
where AI is poised to fundamentally change how we interact with information
Okay.
and the world around us.
So it's not just about
It's not just about processing data faster or more efficiently.
okay.
It's about understanding the very nature of intelligence itself.
He gets pretty philosophical about it.
He does.
Yeah.
But it's incredibly thought-provoking.
It is. It makes you wonder what it truly means to be intelligent
Mm-hmm.
and how AI might challenge our current understanding of intelligence.
Are we redefining intelligence?
Yeah, it's like,
With AI.
yeah, are we expanding our definition?
Exactly.
Or are we creating something entirely new?
Right. And this connects back to his skepticism about simply scaling up AI models.
Right.
If intelligence is more than just processing power,
Then simply creating bigger and faster AI might not be enough.
to achieve true human-like intelligence,
So we need to be thinking about quality
not just quantity.
when it comes to AI development.
Exactly. And that brings us to Dr. Hu's central argument.
Okay.
The disconnect between technological advancement
Mm.
and tangible product creation.
In the software and AI fields.
Yeah, this is a key point that often gets overlooked
In all the hype.
in all the hype surrounding AI.
Mm-hmm.
He uses this great example of cotton being transformed into clothing
Okay.
to illustrate this point.
Okay.
With cotton, you can see the value added at each step of the process.
Right.
From raw material to finished garment.
You can see the progression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with software and AI,
It's a little more nebulous.
it's not always so clear.
Yeah.
It's harder to point to and say,
This is the value.
this is the value, right? It's
Right.
more abstract
He specifically points to the challenge of valuing software.
when it's separated from the hardware.
Yeah, because
It's harder to quantify its worth.
you can't hold it in your hand.
Right. It's not a physical
You
object.
can't see that.
You can't see it.
It's just code.
It's lines of code,
Yeah.
which makes it difficult to market and sell,
Right. And this has huge implications for AI companies.
especially those working on cutting-edge technologies like embodied intelligence.
Yeah.
How do you convince investors and consumers
Right.
to buy into the potential of your product
When they can't see it.
when the value proposition isn't as tangible as
Yeah.
like
A smartphone.
a smartphone or a robot you can hold in your hand?
Yeah. It's a challenge they're going to have to overcome.
It is.
For sure.
But it also raises some really interesting questions about
Mhm.
how we value intellectual property in the digital age.
This is a big one.
It is.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more sophisticated, how do we assign value?
To the algorithms and the data that drive these systems.
The whole new way of thinking about economics and value creation.
Yeah. And it's something that we're going to have to grapple with as AI continues to evolve
Absolutely.
and becomes more integrated into our lives.
It's not going away.
It's here to stay.
It's here to stay.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Who goes on to delve into how we categorize different types of AI. He presents two main ways of classifying them,
Oh.
by their intended effect and by how they are achieved.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, what are they trying to do?
What are they designed to do?
And how are they doing it?
How are they getting there?
Okay.
And he seems particularly fascinated by
Generative AI.
generative AI, yeah.
Especially those large language models like ChatGPT.
The ones that are all over the news.
Everybody's talking about them.
Yeah, they're capable of producing some remarkably human-like text.
It's pretty impressive.
It is. But
Yeah.
he's quick to point out their limitations.
He's not getting carried away.
No, he's keeping a level head.
Yeah.
He emphasizes that these models,
Mm-hmm.
while impressive,
They're still far from achieving true human-like understanding.
they lack the ability to discover new knowledge from raw data,
Okay.
and they don't possess consciousness or emotions.
Right. So they're incredibly good at,
Mimicking human language.
yeah, generating creative text formats
But they don't truly understand the world
the way humans do.
the way we do, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a sophisticated imitation,
it's a very good imitation.
but it's still an imitation.
Yeah, it's not the real deal.
Exactly.
And I think that's a really important distinction to keep in mind.
As we interact with these AI systems,
Yeah.
it's easy to get swept up in their impressive capabilities.
Oh, for sure.
But we need to remember
They're still tools.
they are tools,
Yeah.
and they have their limitations.
It's a good reminder to approach AI with a healthy dose of
Skepticism.
skepticism, yeah.
Critically evaluate its output.
Don't just take it at face value.
Right, and recognize that it's not a magical solution to all our problems.
Right, it's not a silver bullet.
It's a powerful tool,
Yeah.
but it's just a tool.
Well said, and I think that critical perspective is particularly important as we move into the next part of Doctor Who's presentation.
Where he delves into the potential of embodied intelligence
Yes.
and the challenges of achieving true artificial general intelligence.
So let's take a deep breath.
And dive back in.
Dive back in.
Picking up where we left off, Doctor Who doesn't believe that simply scaling up these large language models will get us to artificial general intelligence.
Right.
He lays out 6 major problems, actually,
Okay.
with the current transformer models
Mm-hmm.
that power these systems.
Yeah. And that list is pretty sobering.
It is,
It's not
but
too...
highlights some fundamental challenges
Yeah.
that go beyond just needing more data or more computing power.
It's not just about throwing more resources at the problem.
Exactly. It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
One of the most striking problems is the inability of these models to really handle logical reasoning effectively.
Logical reasoning.
Yeah, so while they can sometimes mimic logical thought,
Okay.
they often struggle with more complex or nuanced logical arguments.
It's like they can follow a simple recipe,
Yes.
but they can't improvise in the kitchen
Exactly.
when the ingredients are a little bit different.
Right. They lack that flexible, adaptive intelligence that we humans take for granted.
It's like they don't have that common sense
Common sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That intuition, that ability to kind of
to connect the dots
connect the dots, yeah.
in a way that isn't explicitly programmed.
And this limitation, it ties into another major problem,
Okay.
verification.
Verification.
Current AI models, they struggle to assess the accuracy of their own output.
So they can...
They can generate text that sounds plausible,
Right.
but they can't reliably distinguish between fact and fiction.
Which leads to those hallucinations.
Exactly, the hallucinations we talked about earlier.
Right, it's like they're overconfident in their own abilities.
Yeah, they don't have that.
They don't have that doubt mechanism.
That internal doubt.
That makes us humans double check our work or question our assumptions.
That little voice in the back of our head saying, "Are you sure about that?"
Exactly. And this lack of verification has serious implications.
Oh, absolutely.
For how we use AI.
In real-world applications.
Not the real world, yeah.
Imagine relying on an AI system for, like,
medical
diagnosis or
financial forecasting,
yeah.
And then finding out that it's been confidently
presenting incorrect information. That's a scary thought.
A recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it really underscores the need for
testing.
Robust testing and verification protocols before we just deploy these AI systems.
Out in the world,
especially in critical domains.
Yeah, we gotta be careful.
Absolutely. And this brings us to another fascinating concept that Dr. Hu explores.
Okay.
This idea of a world model.
A world model.
He argues that true AGI requires not just the ability to process language, but also a deep understanding of how the physical world works.
It's like having common sense, right?
Common sense, exactly.
Yeah.
We humans, we intuitively understand
that objects have certain properties.
That actions have consequences.
Right. There are laws of physics
that govern how things behave in the real world.
We take it for granted.
We do.
But current AI models lack this kind of embodied understanding.
They can talk about it.
They can generate text about
gravity, friction,
all those concepts.
But they don't
truly grasp these concepts.
At a fundamental level.
On a fundamental level, yeah.
So it's not just about being able to access and process information.
It's about understanding the relationships between things.
The cause and effect chains.
Exactly.
That shape our world.
That's what's missing.
Yeah.
And Dr. Hughes believes that this gap in world model understanding is one of the biggest obstacles.
Standing in the way of true AGI.
Of true AGI, yeah.
So where does he see the future of AI heading, if not towards AGI in the near term?
Well, he's actually quite optimistic.
Okay.
About the potential of embodied intelligence.
Embodied intelligence. So this is the idea of
integrating AI with physical bodies, like robots.
Giving AI a physical presence in the world.
Exactly.
So they can learn and interact.
More directly,
yeah. It's like taking AI out of the computer.
And putting it into
the real world.
This is where things start to get really futuristic.
It does.
I can imagine robots that can not only perform tasks
in complex environments
and also learn from their experiences
and adapt to new situations.
It's like giving them a chance to develop
their own world model
through
direct interaction with reality,
through experience,
not just through data.
Yeah.
And Dr. Hu envisions this leading to a new era of AI-powered robots that can work alongside humans in a wide range of industries.
Like we talked about earlier.
Exactly, from healthcare and manufacturing to exploration and disaster relief.
Think about robots assisting surgeons.
Working in hazardous environments.
Repairing infrastructure.
Exploring the depths of the ocean or the vastness of space.
The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
They are. It's really exciting to think about.
Yeah, and what's particularly interesting is that Dr. Hu sees embodied intelligence as a more promising path to achieving AGI
than simply scaling up large language models.
So I'm curious to know more about why he thinks that.
Well, he believes that by interacting with the physical world, AI systems can develop a more grounded and robust understanding
of how things work.
They can
learn from their mistakes,
adapt to unexpected situations.
It's almost like they're going through their own AI version of childhood, like learning about the world through trial and error.
Bumping into things, figuring out how objects behave.
Exactly. And he even suggests that this process of embodied learning could lead to
the emergence of new forms of AI that we can't even imagine yet.
That's a little bit scary, but also exciting.
It is. It's both.
To think about what might emerge from this convergence of AI and robotics.
It's a whole new frontier.
Yeah, but it's clear that Dr. Hughes sees this as
a major turning point
in the evolution of artificial intelligence.
We're moving beyond just the digital realm.
Yeah, AI is coming to life in a way.
It is. And now he also delves into some interesting predictions about the specific areas where we'll see significant AI advancements in the next 5 years.
This is where the rubber meets the road?
Exactly, where the theory becomes reality.
What kind of breakthroughs does he anticipate?
He talks about a few key areas. First, the development of new AI-powered hardware.
So like specialized chips and processors designed specifically for AI applications.
Exactly. These could dramatically accelerate the speed and efficiency of AI algorithms.
So it's like
leading to more powerful and capable AI systems.
moving from a horse-drawn carriage to a high-speed train.
Yes.
The underlying technology changes everything.
About how fast and efficiently we can move forward.
Yeah.
And this ties into his second prediction.
Okay.
The emergence of a new generation of AI-powered networks.
AI-powered networks, so imagine.
The internet, but specifically designed for the rapid and secure transmission of AI data.
So it's like creating a superhighway for AI.
Exactly. Allowing vast amounts of data to flow seamlessly between different AI systems and devices.
That's pretty wild.
And this could have a profound impact on how we develop and deploy AI.
Right, because imagine a world where AI systems can collaborate
and share information in real time,
leading to the emergence of truly intelligent networks.
That can solve complex problems and make decisions.
Far beyond the capabilities of any single AI.
It's almost like we're creating a global brain.
A network of interconnected AI systems that can learn and evolve collectively.
It's a fascinating concept. And third, Dr. Hu predicts that we'll see AI becoming increasingly integrated into our everyday environments.
Okay, so this is where it starts to get really interesting.
This is where AI really enters our lives.
What specific examples does he give?
He mentions restaurants, hotels, and healthcare facilities. It's just a few examples.
Okay, so imagine AI systems that can
personalize your dining experience, anticipate your needs in a hotel room,
or provide personalized healthcare recommendations based on your individual health data.
Exactly. It sounds like a world where AI is
seamlessly woven into the fabric of our lives,
enhancing our experiences and making things more efficient and convenient.
Which raises some interesting questions.
Oh, absolutely.
About privacy.
Control.
And the potential impact on human jobs.
Those are important considerations.
But it also holds the promise of making our lives easier, safer, and more enjoyable.
It's all about finding the right balance.
Yeah.
Between leveraging the power of AI
while also preserving
human autonomy and value.
Human values, yeah.
And this brings us back to Dr. Hu's insights on the future of education.
Okay.
Which we'll delve into more deeply in the next part of our deep dive.
I'm looking forward to that.
He believes that we need to equip future generations with the critical thinking skills and ethical awareness.
To navigate this AI-driven world thoughtfully and responsibly.
It's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it.
It's about the human element. So we've talked about the limits of current AI, the promise of embodied intelligence, and the need for a new approach to education. It feels like we're on the verge of a massive transformation.
Definitely a lot to consider.
I'm curious how Dr. Hu sees this playing out in different industries.
Okay.
Does he envision AI being applied equally across the board, or does he see certain sectors taking the lead?
He makes a really interesting distinction between general AI models and specialized AI applications.
Okay.
He uses the analogy of a tree
with
a strong trunk representing general AI, and then branches extending out, each representing a specific industry or field.
I like that visual.
It's a good one.
So the trunk provides the foundational intelligence, and then each branch adapts that intelligence to a specific domain.
Exactly.
It's like taking a powerful engine and putting it in different types of vehicles.
Okay.
A race car, a truck, a spaceship.
I see where you're going with this.
Each optimized for its specific purpose.
He envisions these general AI models being adapted and customized for various industries.
Okay.
By combining them with domain-specific knowledge, tools, and data.
So you're essentially taking a general purpose AI and fine-tuning it to excel in a particular area.
Exactly, like finance, healthcare, or manufacturing.
It's like taking a master chef and training them to specialize in French cuisine or molecular gastronomy.
Precisely. And this is where he sees the emergence of entirely new industries and business models.
Okay.
He talks about the rise of companies specializing in AI training, consulting, and model deployment.
So it's like the entire ecosystem around AI is expanding and evolving.
It is. It's a rapidly growing field.
We'll have companies creating these powerful general AI models, and then other companies will take those models and tailor them to specific needs.
Almost like an AI app store.
Exactly. And alongside those, you'll have a whole industry dedicated to AI education, consulting, and training.
Experts who can guide companies on how to best leverage AI, develop custom solutions, and even train their workforce.
to thrive in this AI-driven environment.
It's going to be a massive shift in the job market.
It's exciting, but also a little bit daunting to think about all the changes that are coming.
It is. It's a time of great transformation.
But it also ties back to Dr. Hu's emphasis on education.
Absolutely.
We need to prepare people for these new roles for a world where AI is an integral part of the workforce.
He argues that this new era of AI demands a radical rethink of how we educate future generations.
Okay. In what way?
Rote memorization and traditional skills will become less important.
Because AI can handle those.
As AI takes over routine tasks and even some complex problem solving.
So he's basically saying that we need to focus on developing those uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate.
Exactly.
Like what?
He highlights critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, emotional intelligence, empathy, and a strong moral compass.
So those are the qualities that will set humans apart.
It's not just about teaching students how to use AI.
Right.
But how to think critically about its implications.
The ethical challenge.
To understand its limitations and its potential.
He even uses this interesting analogy of a pyramid to illustrate his point.
Oh, tell me about that.
At the base are foundational skills, like language and logic.
Okay.
Then as you move up, you get into higher order skills, like critical thinking and creativity. And at the very top are those uniquely human qualities: empathy, compassion, a strong moral compass.
So it's like building a well-rounded human being.
One who can not only navigate the technical complexities of an AI-driven world,
but also contribute to its ethical and social development.
It's not just about building smarter machines, it's about building a better future for humanity.
Well said. And Dr. Who believes that this shift in education is essential for preparing future generations to thrive in what he calls the post-AI era.
Post-AI era.
A world where AI is deeply integrated into our lives and reshaping the way we live, work, and interact with the world.
It's a powerful phrase that really captures the sense of transformation and uncertainty that we're facing.
It's a new frontier with a lot of unknowns.
It's exciting and a little bit scary, but it's definitely a future we need to start preparing for now.
He doesn't shy away from acknowledging the potential negative impacts either, like job displacement. But he argues that AI will also free up humans
to focus on what they do best.
Those uniquely human skills we were just talking about.
So it's not about humans versus AI, but rather humans and AI working together.
Each contributing their strengths to create a better future.
And he even challenges us to think beyond just the economic implications of AI.
He talks about the importance of ensuring that AI is developed and used ethically.
In ways that benefit all of humanity.
Not just a select few.
It's about using this powerful technology to address some of the world's most pressing challenges, to improve healthcare, to protect the environment, to create a more just and equitable society.
He doesn't offer all the answers, but he definitely raises some critical questions
that we need to grapple with.
As individuals, as a society, and as a global community.
And that's the beauty of this presentation.
It sparks a conversation.
It's not just a technical overview of AI.
It's a call to action.
A challenge to think deeply about the implications of this technology.
And to actively shape the future we want to create with it.
He leaves us with a particularly thought-provoking question.
What is it?
If AI takes over routine tasks and even some complex problem-solving, what uniquely human skills and qualities will become most valuable in the future?
That's a question that deserves serious consideration.
It forces us to examine what it truly means to be human in an age of increasingly intelligent machines.
And it reminds us that the future of AI is not predetermined. It's being shaped by the choices we make today.
Well, this deep dive has given me a lot to think about.
Me too. It's been fascinating.
It's clear that AI is going to play a huge role in shaping the future, and Dr. Hu's presentation has given me a much deeper understanding of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
It's been a really insightful journey.
A huge thank you to you, our expert, for guiding us through this complex and rapidly evolving landscape.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We appreciate you tuning in.
We encourage you to continue exploring these ideas and to engage in the conversation about the future of AI.
Until next time.
Keep those minds curious.
And those imaginations firing